Today I'm going to show you how to spot a handstand, the do's, the don'ts. We're going to go through straddle handstand, tuck handstand, straight freestanding handstand, and the drills against the wall. Okay, let's start off with the most common one, the freestanding handstand. Now Maddie's helping me today. She's going to go into a handstand, but before we do that, we need to have a connection. We need to talk to each other. We need to work out what the expectations of each party is. It's very important that the person spotting you knows what's going to happen. What you don't want to do is having the spotter looking over there. You don't want their hand to be like this, and you definitely don't want over spotting. So make sure you're communicating. So this hand, the back hand, is going to be the most important hand. This one never goes away, and I need to know where Maddie's going to handstand as well. What I don't want to be doing is chasing her around as she runs to do the handstand. So making sure that we know she's going to plant her hands there, we know where she's going to have the base of her handstand, and I'm going to place the hand there ready to catch her. So she's going to kick into a handstand. So this back hand goes up by the calves, this front hand goes by the thighs, and then I'm just going to slowly help her position her body on top of her base. What we don't want to do is be over here, or we don't want to be over here. So I don't want to be stopping her from finding her balance. Remember, she's in control. I'm just doing a light spot and not taking this hand away. I can take this hand away, but I'm never going to take this hand away, so she has the confidence that I'm always there. And then I'm just going to help her find her balance. If she's better at handstands, I can make the window a little bit bigger, but again, I'm not taking this hand away. So this hand by the calves, this hand by the thighs. Now when learning to handstand, we use the wall a lot, and the hardest drill to get comfortable with is the chest to wall toe pull drill. So when I'm in this position, having the confidence to pull using the shoulders off the wall, show control, and then go back again. Most people are so scared at this position, they'll do something like this. So they want to put too much weight into the wall. And that's where a spotter can help us out. So Maddie's going to go back into that chest to wall position now, and I'm going to spot her to give her the confidence of doing this toe pull drill correctly. So if Maddie was newer to this, I need to first fill her with confidence that I'm here. So I'm going to lightly touch her calves as she goes through the movement. So she's going to pull using her shoulders to come off. She's going to push up to handstand and then go back to the wall again. Now, once she builds the confidence and she knows that I'm here, I'm now not going to touch her, and I'm just going to be here to be safety if she pulls too far. So then if she pulls too far, I'm here, and I can just help her slowly back to control, back to the wall. And then she does the same thing again. So I'm only here if she needs me and goes too far towards overbalance, and then I can take her back to the wall again. What I don't want to do is over spot her, so stop her from coming off the wall, or worse, have my hands down here, and then I'm not going to spot her. Her legs are going to go over my arms. Next, let's look at the straddle handstand and the tuck handstand. So we're going to enter these from the straight position because that makes it much easier to spot. So from the straight, we're going to enter the straddle. Okay, so Maddie's going to kick up exactly the same way as we've done with the straight. So she knows where she is here. Once she's got control there, I'm going to walk around, keeping control, not letting her go too far towards overbalance. Then she's going to open to a straddle. I'm going to encourage her hips to come towards me and her feet to go that way, towards pike. I'm going to lightly spot her there. So this one's a little bit harder to feel the balance point. Once you've got the straddle there, then she's going to go back to the straight, open the hip back up, make sure she's in a straight position, shows control, and then she comes down by herself. But again, I never took this hand away. I never stopped spotting the overbalance. We don't want her to fall backward. And we're encouraging her hips to come this way and her feet to come that way for the straddle. Next, we're going to do the slightly harder version, the tuck. So again, we're going to come from that straight position. We're going to pull down into a tuck hold, show control, and then come back up again. So again, most important thing, spotting the overbalance, don't let her back splat. So exactly the same, she's going to kick to the straight handstand first. Show control in that position. I'm going to hold one ankle, and now I'm going to put my hand on the low back very, very lightly, and she's going to go into the tuck. So bend the knees, hips are going to sit backwards. I'm going to encourage her to go into a deeper position as long as she stays on top of the shoulders and the hands, so on top of that base. And then she's going to go back up to her straight, always spotting that overbalance. She shows control, and then she comes back out. Okay, next we're going to go into the bent arm position, the shoulder stand. Now I'm going to do two versions of this. I'm going to do the tuck position, so show you how to safely spot this, and then also open up to a straight body position. It's very different how you need to spot this, so we need to be careful. What you don't want to do is have someone fall in this position because it'll set them way back. Okay, now this is perfect because Maddie's never done a shoulder stand before, so we're using the step so she can step into the position. She doesn't have to jump or try and use strength to get into it. We're just going to set it correctly so she'll be able to float the legs up. So she's going to take the shoulders down towards the bar, I'm just going to have my hand by her low back. So what we don't want here is the back to go over, and we don't want a back splat. Because we're standing in a tuck position, we don't have to worry too much about the legs, but just be careful, because if the legs do come over, we need to have this hand higher up. So she's going to take the shoulders down. I'm going to help her into the position by holding an ankle, and then hand by the low back. When she's got the position, I can stay there. This hand doesn't go away, and then she's just going to come back out with control. Perfect. Okay, next we're going to go into the same position but with straight body. Again, this is really good because Maddie's nervous about this position. So I'm going to over spot her to give her the confidence, but not over spot her so it gives her a faulty position. So she's going to go into exactly the same setup as she's done for the tuck. She's going to bring her shoulders down towards the bar. I'm going to have my hand by the low back, but I'm going to make sure that I've got her ankles. She's going to open up into a straight position. I'm helping her to get into that nice angled position there. If she's comfortable, I could let go of her leg, but I've got my hand here by the calf, and then she came back out. But you see how that's really important, that this hand stays here all the time. I'm not worried about her going this way. I want to stop her going this way, but I want to encourage that body to be in that correct angle. So here, and then open up. So if Maddie comes and pretends to spot me, so if you just come here and put your hand there by my low back, hand here where my legs are, so she's not going to touch me. So someone who's a little bit more advanced can do this, but also needs the confidence that someone's there. So first hand is going to go by my low back in this position. And then when I go into a straight position, her hands are there. So just take your hands just a little bit further away. Yeah, so I'm in the position now, but if I go over, she can stop me and push me back down. So it's all about giving the correct spot so you hold the correct position, but also build the confidence in the person doing it so they can take ownership of the movement by themselves, but they're not going to hurt themselves. So in terms of hand balancing, these 5 are the most common ones used, but we can spot on the strength movements as well. So the things like the chin-ups, the pike push-ups, muscle-ups and things like that. So there'll be another video coming with more of those strength movements and how to spot those. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions on this. Let me know if you have any video requests. If you're interested in coaching, check out my app on my website, www.twyman.com.au, and I'll speak to you in the next one.